video to start. Sound okay?
Everybody got ahas today. Rhonda is amazing. And when you look at your LinkedIn profile, what she tells you, I'm a marketer, and I didn't even think about some of the things that she told me today.
Just attended Rhonda's class on LinkedIn, got way more knowledge and way more than I expected when I came. And I'm leaving with a beautiful profile and can't wait to do it again.
Because of using Rhonda, I landed my largest corporate conference with 1,200 people right here in Newport Beach. So I'm very, very grateful for what she's done for me and my business.
And our advisors, who are well-placed people in the community, they're super connectors, got a tremendous amount of value of how they can upgrade their own LinkedIn profile to attract clients, channel partners, and other referrals to increase their business and also help our organization.
She took the time to kind of delineate every little thing that I did wrong with my LinkedIn account, and I'm absolutely positive and confident that my business is going to explode.
And I am a connector, and I have a tremendous database, and I learned so much about how to create value through the LinkedIn networking strategies that she shared.
She was so compelling in her ideas that I absolutely said, sign me up.
Just saw Rhonda do a great presentation, and it's the best one I've seen in the 3 years that I've been with SCORE.
Just heard Rhonda speak about leveraging from LinkedIn. Fabulous information. In a matter of minutes, you can update your profile, and it's going to start capturing hearts, minds, and who knows what on the internet.
While she was talking, I changed my LinkedIn profile, made it better already.
Information that she teaches is invaluable. I learned some helpful information that's going to make my LinkedIn page so much more effective. There's things on there that I thought looked well or worked well, but I'm blown away at the massive amount of information that she's been able to provide so that I can become that much more effective with my LinkedIn.
We just had Rhonda Shear speak on LinkedIn. She is the LinkedIn diva. We spoke for about 45 minutes. We had maybe 30 people. Everybody got a lot of great takeaways.
This is an amazing presentation, wonderful speaker, great content, got a lot out of it. Thank you so much, Rhonda.
Without Rhonda's brilliant systems, I would never have been able to earn over $90,000 at a 2-day event. It was a personal record. Thank you, Rhonda.
We just had Rhonda put on a wonderful LinkedIn training class for ourselves and a group of realtors. They are excited, as we are, to gain more leads off of their LinkedIn page and make it work for them.
Under her LinkedIn, it says that she is the LinkedIn diva, and we came to know that that's the truth.
Absolutely. So we recommend that you also plug into one of her workshops.
If you don't know anything about this powerful tool, or you think you know everything about this powerful tool, you'll be impressed by bringing her in. Come teach yourself or your salespeople on how to grow their business with this tool.
Rhonda added the background and the color and our instant contact information. She completely rewrote the summary, and she added many categories that I didn't even know existed.
LinkedIn is where it's at, and Rhonda knows how to make it work.
I've been getting a lot more traffic to my profile page, and as a matter of fact, my sales have increased 20%.
Let's just keep letting people in. I'm so excited that you're all here. How many of you are first timers? Give me a thumbs up if you're a first timer. Yeah. Cool. And how many of you, if you have already booked appointments using a LinkedIn post? How many of you have done that yet? Well, Tracy says a few of you. What if you could quadruple that? How amazing would that be? And it's so easy. So today I go fast. That's the bad news. The good news is it's jam-packed with information. You're going to walk out of this workshop and you're going to know how to be able to share posts, do your own posting, and generate appointments from the posts. So you will see it looks a little different than probably a lot of the typical Zooms that you come into. Don Pakula, who is a friend and colleague of mine, is actually an expert in this particular software. And he is helping me in the back end of this so that I can maneuver things around. He's also one of my clients. I'm so excited that he's here. And he actually has a free gift for everybody as well. But this is so fun to be able to actually see you. So if you want me to, if you want to interact, that would be awesome. You can take yourself off camera. We're going to have fun and you're going to learn. And if you stay until the end, I've got a very special gift for you. So I'm just going to give it a couple more minutes, John. I think there's probably still a few more people coming in, so I'll just wait a couple of minutes. I'm just really honored to have you here.
Yeah, I'll let them in as they come in. And if everyone looks at you, and if you're in gallery mode right now, it means you see everybody, then make sure you find Rhonda and you pin her. And the easiest way to pin is just find her in the gallery, hover over her picture, and on the little 3 dots, click on those 3 dots, and it'll have the option to pin. You don't want to look at Rhonda really small. You don't want to look at her as part of the gallery. She's not sharing her screen, and that does a lot of benefits for you, but it means you do have to have her pinned. The other thing you could do is in the upper right of your Zoom wall where it says View, you could be in speaker mode. And then whoever's speaking would work, but sometimes that gets you dizzy. So whichever way works for you, make sure you see Rhonda in a large view. And Rhonda, your audio right now sounds great. You played the video. Any of you who are either hosting your own Zoom meetings or you communicate with your team this way, make sure you always check the audio. Better to find out now than at the end. So Rhonda, you look great, and I will let you be.
Thank you so much. I'm excited that you guys are here today, and I'm going to jump in. You can put your questions in the chat, and Dawn's going to watch the chat for me. So let's get started. Okay. First of all, who's going to benefit from this today? Well, here's the thing. Are you a solopreneur, an entrepreneur? Maybe you're a coach. Maybe you're a consultant. Maybe you're in financial services. Maybe you're a speaker. Maybe you're a trainer. If you are an entrepreneur in sales, pretty much everybody who's not a job hunter is going to benefit today. And if you are a job hunter, you're still going to learn a few things, but this isn't geared specifically for you. So let's get started. I will tell you that you will all get the replay of this. Okay. I will, if there are slides that I want you to take a picture of, I will let you know. Otherwise, please don't take photos. This is my proprietary property. So I want to make sure that you honor that just like I would honor that for you. Okay. So let me get started first by, oh, here we go. Where did it go? Showing you just a little bit, because a lot of you don't know me. I've been on LinkedIn since 2000. Oh my gosh, I'm really going to date myself here. Since about 2007. And one of the things that you want to do on your LinkedIn profile is you want to establish credibility. These are just probably a tenth of the number of clients that I have worked with, spoken, or trained. You want to put that information on your LinkedIn profile because it will separate you from everybody else. So I don't put this here to impress you. I put it here because I want you to understand that I actually have been doing this since 2009, have almost 30,000 connections on LinkedIn, and was named one of the top 50 trainers on LinkedIn, which I'm really proud of. The other thing is, how many of you have been on podcasts? How many of you have been interviewed in an article, been on a TV show, spoken on a stage? It's all your credibility. I've written 5 books. The credibility that you have is what separates you from your competitors. And that's what your LinkedIn profile should do. When I get into talking about the posting, one of the things that's going to happen is people are going to look at your profile. And what that you want them to see is that you are the only logical choice for whatever product or service you offer. So whether you're a coach, a real estate agent, a financial planner, an attorney, it doesn't matter. You want to have that credibility on your LinkedIn profile. And there is a place for it on the featured section. So let me jump in and just tell you a little bit about my backstory, because I want you to know a little bit about how I came to create this system and who I am. And yes, that is me, the very skinny brunette, married to the skinny brunette back in 1980. And when I got married to my husband, Bob, he said, I have only one request. I said, okay, what's that? He said, please don't make more money than me. Now, for those of you that are young, you're probably laughing, thinking, that's a little crazy. But that was really his request. And we went on to have two amazing daughters.
I know it. I'm trying to.
On the left, you'll see Vanessa. She's 30. Very proud of her. On the right is my daughter, Stephanie. Our daughter, Stephanie, who's 32, who's a recruiter. But after 28 years, like for everybody, life happened. Bob and I amicably divorced. My mom passed away. This is all within a period of less than 3 months. I had a cancer scare. Kids were empty nesting. Stephanie was already in college. Vanessa was in her senior year. We short sailed a house and nobody was hiring speakers. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to be one of those supermarket greeters. That's it. That's what's going to happen to me. But then I remembered, like every one of you, I had a superpower. And my superpower was I knew how to connect. I knew how to use LinkedIn. I had written several books. And I thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to go out and make money? And then I knew, wait a minute, I can actually sell life insurance. I had a friend who was killing it selling life insurance. So I reached out to her and I said, can I make money doing this? And she goes, absolutely. Got my life insurance license and I used LinkedIn to generate $6,000 in my first month. I went to the mortgage brokers because I knew they were my target market. And I asked them if they were working with anybody. Well, to make a very long story short, within a year, I was making 6 figures. And I figured out 2 things. Number one, I hated selling life insurance. It just wasn't something that made me get up and really love what I do like I do now. And the second thing I figured out was I had a system. And if I could do this, anybody else could do it. That you can duplicate this system. And I called it the Sure Method. But you want to hear the best part of the story? 6 years ago, I remarried my ex-husband. And when we got married for the second time, Bob said to me, I have only one request. I said, what's that? He said, please make more money than me. Well, we got remarried 6 years ago. I retired him using this very system that I'm going to share with you in October of 2020. So I like to say I have a husband, didn't have to change my name and the kids are ours. And, you know, the truth is that this would work for anybody. And we are so incredibly happy. And it's all because of a system I'm going to share with you today. So let's jump in. 3 simple steps. Number 1 is presentation. And I'm going to show you how you present yourself on LinkedIn. And the reality of it is that are actually 2 times more likely for people to believe what they find on LinkedIn than any other site. Then I'm going to teach you how to post. Posting is the secret to getting that minimum of 2 to 10 appointments a week. And then finally, it's show me the money. So it really is 3 simple steps. So let's talk about the first step, presentation. Here's the reality. Most experts, and every one of you are probably an expert in your field, but often what happens is you show up on LinkedIn like you're going to a black tie event in your running clothes. So let me show you an example. Here's a client of mine, Eric Berman. Now, if you look at this particular slide and you thought to yourself, wow, he owns a digital marketing agency. In fact, one of his clients is Brian Tracy. And another one of his clients is Jack Canfield from Chicken Soup for the Soul. The guy runs a huge digital marketing agency in San Diego. And yet, if you were referred to him, you would look at this and say, really? He doesn't have a banner. Look at underneath his name. It just has his title. Doesn't have anything on here that would confirm that he really is the expert that he is. Now, what if it looked like this? Look at the banner. Tells you, gives you his logo, tells you what he does underneath his name. That's called a headline. If you don't have one, LinkedIn gives you one. They give you the title of whatever you have as your first job. So the reality is, yes, we do judge a book by its cover. And your banner, your headshot, very important with the headshot, and your headline are the first things that somebody sees. So if you're not dressed for the party, the reality is you're probably, no matter how great your posts are, and people flip over to your profile, you haven't shown them the credibility. So this system only really works when you show up dressed for the party. It doesn't mean that you have to have the best profile in the world. You could drive a Mercedes or you can drive a Toyota Camry and it's still going to get you to the same place. You just want to make sure that you look good and people know who you are and what you do. So the question that I have for every one of you is, how have you differentiated yourself from your competitors? Does your profile tell people why they should work with you? When somebody lands on your profile, make sure that people know, how do they contact you? Is the website current? Is your email valid? Is your phone number? And what do? They want to know why they should work with you. If it doesn't do that, then do one of two things. Take that profile down or fix it up, because you need to be able to separate yourself from everybody else. Here's
Rhonda's
Dawn.
so much more than just looking at your LinkedIn profile. Within one session, she has me rethinking the entire way I'm going to scale my business. She knew my audience, and more importantly, she knew exactly what my audience wants. And now I can make those connections. You need to be working with her. If you're an established business owner, entrepreneur, executive coach, you need to get in touch with her now.
Let me ask you a question. How many of you could have people that will say something really great about you? Okay, by the way, your spouse and your kids don't count, and could get in front of an iPhone, right? Really, just your computer or an iPhone, and give you a testimonial, right? Give me a thumbs up if you could actually get somebody to do that. You know, how many times have you heard somebody say, "Oh my God, that was amazing"? So learn 4 words. I need your help. Thank you so much for those really great words. You know what? I would love to be able to tell other people what you said. So would you mind just saying your name and just saying what you got out of working with me? And then what you do is you put that on your LinkedIn profile. Why? Because what somebody else says is going to be 1,000 times more powerful than what you say. And you can put it in the featured section. You can put it in the experience section. There's so many places to put rich text media. So if you do not have somebody who is speaking about how amazing you are leaving money on the table. So let me ask you a question. If you were referred to somebody that looks like this, notice there's 2 people in that picture, unless they're Siamese twins. That is not what I call a headshot, okay? This is what I would call somebody who's in the LinkedIn Witness Protection Program. It's not somebody that exudes credibility or visibility. There is no banner. Picture as somebody that's scuba diving. And by the way, you can see, I blocked out the names, but it says director and of a college. And notice on the right, just by the way, people also viewed. They are sending people to other profiles. Now, many of you don't even know how LinkedIn privacy settings work, but the reality is that you can turn that off. So think about it. How many of you would actually set an appointment with this person? If I liked somebody's post, and you're going to see all of that, and I got to this profile, I probably would not set the appointment. Would you? I wouldn't. So what's the solution? Solution is that you create a profile that establishes your credibility. I want you to notice that these are not really fancy banners. You can go to Canva, CANVA.com, and create a banner for free. So if you have a banner that looks like it's blank, go to Canva and it's free. You can put it up there. Notice that both of these have headshots where you're looking directly at the camera, you're looking directly out at people. It has the website, it has the way that you can reach people. In the case of Leslie, it has her best-selling book and her guarantee. And it doesn't look too busy. When you see the little gold button, what does that tell you? It tells you that person's using the paid version. So there's probably a much higher chance that if you reach out to them that they're going to respond. So the first thing that you want to know when it comes to presentation is make sure that you are presenting yourself as the only logical. So let's talk about Google for a minute, okay? This is really interesting. When my kids were young, they decided it would be a very cool thing to Google all the moms. So their friends Googled, me, and they came back to my daughters and they said, "Oh my God, is your mom famous? There's like 10 pages of Google on her." And they were like, "Oh no, she doesn't even have a job. She just talks." Well, every time I gave a talk, guess what happened? Google picked it up. And if people are 2 times more likely to believe what they find on Google, guess what? You're going to show up. So there I am. There probably are 10 pages because I've been doing this for longer than I can remember. But what comes up first? my LinkedIn profile. Well, my website, which is being redone. I don't even use it, and my LinkedIn profile. So here's my invitation to all of you. If you have not Googled yourself, go put your name in Google. It's an interesting exercise because if you don't have a very common name, your LinkedIn profile, if you have one, is going to show up on the first page. And if you do have a common name, what you want to do is after your name, put what you do. You're an attorney, you're a consultant, you're a coach. It'll actually bring it up first. So it's very, very important to know why it's so important to have a good LinkedIn profile. The reality is that, you know what? That's how people are going to make a decision about you. So here's what mine looks like. And again, you can see I'm wearing my LinkedIn blue. I've got a copy of my best-selling book. I've got, by the way, that is a Google phone number. I want to make myself accessible, except I'm never going to answer the phone. That phone is going to go to voicemail, and if I want to pick it up, I can. But you'll see it's in my style. And you want to do yours in your style. And also you can see it tells you what I do, which is why I get, found in over 2,500 searches. I don't know, I think it's like every 60 days. But you can see that it doesn't say, coach, it says virtual and live LinkedIn speaker, LinkedIn profile makeovers. So this is what you want to show up as. Here's Joe. He'll tell you what happened
When
when
it
I
comes
worked
to
with him.
Rhonda Shear and I think about what has she done for me, she has taken my LinkedIn page and just stepped up my LinkedIn game tremendously, like almost injecting it with steroids. And as a television writer, I thought, well, no, I'll write my LinkedIn page and we'll knock it out of the park. I wrote my LinkedIn page and said, Rhonda, take a look at it. She rewrote the whole thing. I didn't even recognize it, and she just killed it. So love it. Love what she's done.
So Joe is actually an actor, and he may look familiar to you. He's been on more shows than I can imagine. But like everybody else, when the pandemic hit, he had to pivot. So Joe had another business called Behind the Talk, where he was working with C-level tech people who had to do pitches. Well, who better to teach someone how to pitch than an actor? So I redid his profile, and a very, very large company connected with him and said, I've never seen a profile as good as this. And it led to a very large engagement for Joe. So if you don't think that it matters, I can tell you all day long, but if you go to my LinkedIn profile, there's 173 other people that are recommendations. Here's another one of another client of mine when her profile was upgraded. But hang on, stay until the end, don't leave. I love giving stuff away, so I do have a gift for you. And you know what? My favorite thing to do is actually show you, so stay until the end because I'm going to show you all kinds of really cool
She
stuff.
truly is like a wizard at LinkedIn. And I was just amazed. I got so much value even from our first conversation. As soon as she overhauled and changed my LinkedIn, someone found me who was seeking me out, which led to a conversation and a Zoom, which now led to this person being a new member and brand partner on my team. So Rhonda, I can't thank you enough, and I highly recommend her. If you're looking to get better results on LinkedIn, leave it to the expert, and she is truly the expert.
Sonia's in a network marketing company, and she just, she really wanted to grow her team, and she wasn't showing up as the professional that she was on LinkedIn. So having an upgraded profile and using the system that we're talking about, she's number 2 in her network marketing company. Everything is possible with LinkedIn. But let's get to the fun stuff. Let's talk about posting. Okay. So when it comes to posting, here's the secret. Number 1, be consistent. Number 2, the best time to post. I get asked this question all the time. Best time to post? Typically between 8 and 10 a.m. 9 a.m. is ideal. However, what you need to do, and this is really important, want to make sure that before you post, go through your feed and you like and comment and even share other people's posts. Why is that important? Because LinkedIn is a relationship platform and it's always about giving and it's about serving. And you're going to get so many more people to interact with your posts if you are interacting with them. And it also keeps you top of mind. So you want to remember best time. And here's the thing, maybe you can't do it between 8 and 10 a.m. That's okay. Think about people that are not morning people, or maybe you have a job and you have a side gig. That's totally okay. You know, if I only went to the gym once a month, I would have no results. But if I did it 3 times a week consistently over a period of 60 to 90 days, I would get results. The same thing is true with posting. You have to be consistent. So let's look at a real example. Okay. This is from Instagram, and it's a very simple post, right? You can see it. A wise man once said, don't be afraid to start over. This time you're not starting from scratch, you're starting from experience. Now, I want you to notice something. It's not a post about LinkedIn. It isn't even a post about anything remotely about what I do. It's a post that makes me relatable, because who isn't related to starting over? I mean, oh my gosh, I don't care if you're 25, you probably started over. So what I did is I took this post and then I asked a question. How many times have you started over? I can't count the number of times. Well, look what happened with this one post. 724 people liked it. The views are awesome, but guess what? LinkedIn doesn't tell you who viewed it. It's kind of like when there's a billboard. People drive by billboards all the time, but what really matters is who's taking action on that billboard, right? So if the billboard is for In and Out and you happen to be starving and you pull off at the next exit, that billboard worked. But if somebody actually took the time to click the like button or to comment, or better yet, to reshare, look at that number there. There's a 95 people that reshared that. What does that mean? That means that I have 95 people I can send a message to thank them, right, for resharing my post. And while I'm thanking them, I can actually invite them to jump on a call with me, get to know them better. I am not spraying and praying. This is not about sales. This is about creating relationships. I promise you the sales will come. So 723 people, that's amazing. When you press on that number, that 723, and by the way, you can do this for any post. It doesn't have to be yours. You don't need the paid version either, okay? Click on it. Guess what? I see the 724 people. And now I can reach out to any one of them, send them an audio message, a video message, a text message, and invite them to jump on a call with me. And you know what? There's a 70% or better chance that they will jump on a call with me. And if you know how to handle that call, and I teach you how to do that, guess what? How many zeros do you want to add to your bank account? So this one strategy, right? Just this one strategy. I posted something. I gave credit to Instagram. So, you know, I was sharing it. Whoever actually posted that probably loves the fact that I'm sharing it. This one strategy at a minimum, at a very minimum, can get you 2 to 10 appointments a week. Give me a thumbs up if that sounds good to you, because I know that if you could talk to 40 more people a month, 40 more people, and close only, I don't know, 10%, 4 of them, what's that going to do for your bottom line? Huge. Here's just one person who actually implemented this strategy, Catherine Knapp. She sent out, got 90% engagement, sent out a voice message that was using audio, 2 bookings, 1 new client, and that client was $10,000. Catherine was so excited, she actually called me. So I am telling you, you know, I could tell you it works, but I have so many people that have gone through this that are doing it. All right. Let's take a breath for a sec. And I want to show you something that is so cool. All right. How many of you, I'm just going to take a look, wrong place. How many of you can hit like and share on LinkedIn? Give me a thumbs up if you okay. If you can hit like and share, you can do this. So this is a post that wasn't mine. Okay, it really wasn't mine. I thought it was really cool. It's actually a video post, and it's these 2 little girls, and one is helping the other one. It's all about lifting people up. Okay. So what I did is I just shared it with my network. Again, it's not anything about LinkedIn, but it's about relatability. This one post, when I shared it, got 634 likes. It got 28 comments. Now, every time somebody comments on a post, I comment back. So typically it's not 28, it's probably about half of that, because that's another way that you generate engagement. But just do the math here for a second. 634. So what happens when you click on that, you'll see all of the people that like that post, and you can reach out to them and invite them to jump on a call with you. Here's another example, okay? Take a look at this. This is, again, one that I shared. It wasn't mine, right? It's just a really cool little video of a kid that is hitting this punching bag, right? And so I shared the post with a question, how do you focus? So look what happened. Here's the post. All I did was click like and share and put a question in, okay? So I had 57 people that liked this post. So I looked through the 57 people. I clicked on it. And the third person that I saw was Ben Farmer. And I thought, wow, first level, that means we're connected. I don't really know him, but he looks like somebody I want to know. And the reason that I wanted to know him is because he talks about working with sales professionals, and he works with a company called Bank, which is all about personality profiles. And I'm fascinated with that stuff. So I clicked on his profile and I looked at, when did we first connect? 2017. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. We've been connected that long and I've never had a conversation with this guy. That's really interesting. We don't share a lot of connections, but you can see that, we share that we're followed by 2. So what I did is I sent him a video, and you can see it's not exactly the most professional video, right? I'm actually in my office, and if I didn't have a screen behind me, that's actually the real picture that you will see behind me. If I'm not using a green screen, I sent him this video, and then, oh my gosh, look what happened. I got something right away that said, a new event has been scheduled, and Ben was on my calendar. Well, this is what happens when you use a calendar tool. I happen to use Calendly. You can use any one of them. Now, really, would you be doing the happy dance if you got this every single day and saw that you had at least 2 of these in your email? You know what? This worked so well that I've had to turn it off, because a lot of people are on what I call the revenue roll, right? You're either working in your business or on your business. You can turn this on or off, right? So I had my meeting with Ben, and what happened was I asked him, I said, I'm curious, I do a master class. I teach people how to do this. Why did you take the appointment with me? And he said, this is what he said. And when he said it, I said, hey, Ben, you know what? Can I record you saying that? I'd love to just share this with people because I want them to hear it. I could tell them, but it's better if they hear it from you. So here's what Ben said. I'm going to play for you. Just say what you said.
Okay, so I can say that. When you reached out to me liking your post and personally sent me a video just wanting to get to know more about me, I thought that was the most impressive thing I've ever seen on anyone marketing or talking or introducing themselves on LinkedIn. I thought it was awesome. And that's the reason that I connected.
Now, here's the thing. I wasn't looking to sell Ben anything. All I wanted to do was see how I could be a resource. You can't walk into a bank and withdraw money until you've made a deposit. So what I wanted to do was just get to know him, learn how I might be able to be a resource, and share resources. And if you don't have a resource you can share, guess what? Share networking after work. Say, hey, have you heard about the great master classes and workshops that they have? Let me give you the link. I bet you half the people you talk to have never heard of it. That's all. You want to position yourself as the expert. So I was so impressed, to hear somebody say, and I've heard it over and over again, but I never took the time to actually record it. So I wanted to share it with you because I hear this over and over again. So here's the thing. If you're only posting once a month, it doesn't matter. It's not going to make a difference. 70% of what I post is motivational and inspirational, is to generate relatability, to generate engagement. That's all it is. 30% of what I post are tips about LinkedIn. I share things. I share all kinds of, strategies and tactics because I really believe in giving. I have a mentor, Joel Bauer, and Joel said a couple things, but one of the things that he said to me was, when you shine, I shine, okay? And always over deliver. Well, that's really what I do. That's my position. And I'm investing, I always invest in coaches. And Joel was probably one of the best investments I've ever made because I really learned that from him. And you have to be consistent. So if you're going to take this on, take it on and do it on a consistent, regular basis. And I guarantee that if you do it the way it is shown, there's no way that it won't work. So let's look at a really recent example. Okay, this is a post that I did. Now, I recently had a birthday, not sharing which one, but I did have a birthday in April. And I saw this post. And notice, I always give credit. Do not go out and get Google Photos. You will get yourself in big trouble. If you're sharing something, make sure you have permission or you're sharing the source. So I thought this was just an amazing photo. Okay, this is one woman who's 74 and another woman who's 74. And I'm thinking, okay, I don't know about you, but I want to look like the lady on the left. So I posted this and I asked a question. And I basically, my question was, when are you planning to retire? It doesn't matter what the question is as long as you're engaging. And you know what happened? It created a funnel for me. 100. And by the way, I like my own post. You should like your own post. If you're not liking your own post, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. Okay. So 6 people liked it well enough to share it. So do the math. That gave me 6 people to thank. And then I got to reach out. And by the way, even if those people are not connected to you, you can still connect with them, thank them, tell them where you found them, obviously on a post, and then reach out and ask them to join you on a call. And I like to use Zoom because it's personal. So this one post, 139 people. So here's the thing. What if you could wake up every single day and this is your calendar? Because this is my calendar and this is what my client's calendar look like. So if you've been on the revenue roller coaster, and the truth is, you know what? We all are. April is tax month. Sometimes it's slower. We all have ups and downs and ebbs and flows in our business. And we need every single edge we can get. For me, it's posting and creating relationships. It's being able to use software like Don Pakula has shared, where now I can do this and I'm not a talking head. It's actually pretty cool to be able to do this. So here's Michelle, one of my clients.
Hi, Michelle Molitor here with Nectar Consulting. I'm a coach and hypnotherapist, and I met Rhonda Shear earlier this year through an amazing networking group and was immediately drawn to her for her wisdom about LinkedIn. I've actually done some work with her and it's been super helpful. She's done an amazing job with my profile. And I recently attended her class, Posting for Profit. And it was brilliant, really clear, very comprehensive of how to use LinkedIn and supercharge the impact that you're able to make there by connecting with people through posts that you're doing and getting your calendar filled up with appointments in a much easier way than I ever dreamed of. I was like, wow, I was so glad that I was there because I really learned so much, and I know you will too. So be sure to check out her class and work with her if you get a chance. She's really, really good and masterful at using LinkedIn and guiding people on how to get the most out of it. So can't say enough praise for Miss Rhonda and the good work that she does. So thanks very much, Michelle Molitor, Nectar Consulting. Take care.
So let me ask you a question. How many of you have had people say, oh my gosh, that was amazing. I just got XYZ as a result of working with you. So many of us hear that a lot, and yet we don't capture it. And the reality is that we all make decisions based on what other people say. So one of the things that I do is when somebody gets results from working with me, and I've been doing this a really long time, I say 4 words. I need your help. I would love if you would just give me a testimonial telling me what your takeaways were or what the benefit was of working with me. It would mean the world to me. And you know what? Please tell people who you are. I want to promote you as well. So it's a really cool thing to be able to do that because so many of us have short attention spans. And when you see it on video, it makes a difference. And you can take those videos, those MP4s, then put them on LinkedIn, put them on your website, and you should start collecting them. Every time somebody says something nice, again, your spouse and your kids don't really count, but every time somebody says something nice, get it on video or just say, you know what, can I just take out my phone and record that? Do I have your permission? If you happen to see that, or if they say it on Zoom, ask them if you could record it. That's all it is. You don't need, a lot of times the overly professional ones that we see, those are great, but what's more believable? The real ones. So let's take a look at somebody else in a minute. Now, think about the money, okay? Now, if we had one of these in our backyard, honestly, you probably wouldn't be here, neither would I. But the truth is I would, because I love this. I absolutely love it. But here's my question. How much more money would you generate over and above what you're already earning if you could potentially book 10 to 40 to 50 to 60 appointments a month? My guess is you'd have a lot more zeros behind your bank account. Do that. And you know what? Mary Kay said, is it easy? Can I do it? And let's see. Is it easy? John, help me out here. Is it easy? Can I do it? And does it work? Right? There you go. So is it easy? Yeah. Can you click like and share? Yeah. Can you do it? Okay. Do you have a LinkedIn profile? You have to have a decent LinkedIn profile. And does it work? Well, I could tell you that it works, but you know what? I have probably had, I don't know, close to 100 people go through this. And every single person that has put this together, has used this system, says it works. In fact, yesterday it was so amazing. I actually had somebody call me and say to me, oh my God, Rhonda, this is unbelievable. I just got an appointment. She's a commercial real estate broker and got her first appointment using this system. So it works. All right. You do not have to be a Gary Vee, a Tony Robbins. And by the way, first person who puts the name of that pretty lady where the arrow is pointed to in the chat will get a $10 Starbucks card from me. Okay? So if you know who she is, John, I'll ask you to kind of check that out for me. I'll send him a Starbucks card. First person that puts it in the chat. Then there's Seth Godin, Oprah, and Tim Ferriss. You don't need to be any of those people, right? And when you are posting and you're establishing your authority, remember you're posting stuff that's motivational and inspirational. You are not getting into politics. You're not getting into, areas that are controversial. You're just getting people to smile. Do we have a winner yet, Don? Did somebody put that in, the name? Need to unmute. I can't hear you.
Who is that?
That is Mari Smith. And Mari Smith is actually somebody I've met many years ago. And she is pretty much, if I'm the LinkedIn diva, she's the queen of Facebook. Pretty cool.
Awesome.
So,
then we do have a winner. Cynthia is the winner.
yay, Cynthia. Make sure you put your email in the chat so I can send you a $10 Starbucks card. Congratulations. Rock star. Okay, good job. So you don't need to be any one of these authorities. Really, what you need to do is you need to be consistent and you need to follow the system because the system works. So let's get a little personal for a second. Okay, this is not about me having a husband and a husband and marrying my husband twice. This is a post about second chances and relatability. And every time my husband and I tell our story of how we've been married for 41 years with 6 off for good behavior, right? And tell the story about how our daughters got us a plaque that said, the Schurs, established 1980, reestablished 2016. People are amazed. They want to hear this. You're so inspired. So I posted about it because I have 2 anniversaries. Well, I want you to look at the numbers right here. 417 people liked this post. Talk about relatability with second chances. 128 comments, but not really 128, because remember, I commented on half of them. So let's just do some math. And I'm not good at math. Trust me, I am really not. So let's just say 1/4 of them are people that I want to reconnect with because I shared personally. Let's say there's 100 people that I look at and I go, wow, I'd love to see what they're up to. They took the time to actually like my post. So I send them a message. And my message does not sell them anything. It just asks them, and there's a specific language pattern you want to use, and you can use video or audio, but it doesn't matter. Well, that would be 100 people that I send it to, and there's about 70 of them on a really bad day that would book with me. Okay, that's 70 appointments. If only 10% of them decided that they, wanted to work with me, okay, that's 7 new clients. What would 7 new clients do for you? 7 new clients for me? Wow. Okay, that's a huge vacation, like for a long time. So here's the thing, you can do it's not hard. It's relatability. And that's the thing. A lot of people go, well, Rhonda, this is the Facebook. No, it's not. But I'll tell you a quick story. Many, many years ago when I was on LinkedIn, every day I'd look at my feed and I would see this one gentleman, Richard, who posted something that was so inspirational and so motivational. So I liked it and I shared it. And I decided one day now Richard is an influencer, probably got 150,000 or people that follow him. But he and I had connected very early on, like in 2009. So I sent him a message on LinkedIn and I just said, Richard, I just want to say thank you. Every morning you put a smile on my face. I read your posts and I share them with my network. So I just want to say thanks for starting my day. It's even better than my cup of coffee. And Richard wrote back and he said, Rhonda, and all the time I've been doing this new time to thank you. I so appreciate that. And I've noticed that you've been sharing my posts and what you do. And I would love to share you with my network. Well, I thought I hit the lottery. Honestly, I'm thinking, wait, this guy, he's got, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of people following him. And I said, well, Richard, wow, I don't know what to say. I said, can I tweak your profile? Now, Richard had a job where he did not need to get clients from. He would go to his calendar at the end of the week and his company would tell him this is where you need to be. And he would go out with the sales reps and help them close. This was long before COVID. And he said, well, does it need tweaking? And I said, well, a little. And he said, well, let me pay you. And I said, oh, no. Your money doesn't work at my bank. So I tweaked Richard's profile. And the next thing I knew, in the next 2 months, my inbox exploded. People were saying, Richard told me that I need to check you out. I need to work with you. And just from sending that one thank you, which I never expected anything in return for, I ended up getting so much business. It was probably one of the best years I'd ever had. How many of you have ever taken the time to reach out to somebody? And influencers are just real people, just like me and you. They want to hear that. They want to know that you touched their lives.
As a direct result of Rhonda's tutelage and support, I've been able to generate well over $50,000 in revenue. Here's the proof. Here's one for a real estate transaction that we closed. Here's a client who pays me now every single week. Wires, $13,000, $160. Working with Rhonda clearly has been beneficial to me. It's been something that's helped me grow my business. It's helped me maintain my brand online, great integrity, highly intelligent, and someone that really wants to work with you for your success.
So that's Kirk Jaffe, one of my clients, and that's actually not true because he did 150,000 last year. That video is 2 years old. Everything that you're hearing and everything that I do, I teach because I want you to be empowered. And again, it's not what I say, it's what other people say. So here's John
Hi,
Narell.
my name is John Narell. I'm an executive and career transition coach, and I recently attended Rhonda Scher's Posting for Profit Masterclass. And I just want to share with you that just by implementing some, and I mean some of the strategies that Rhonda shared during her masterclass, I have been consistently booking 3 to 5 new connection calls each week. These are people who are in my ideal community. They may end up being potential clients, but they are truly people who I want to connect with, and I want to be part of my network, and I want to be part of theirs. Rhonda is an expert when it comes to navigating on LinkedIn and how to create better engagement more genuinely and authentically. Thanks to Rhonda, I don't question what to post or how to comment anymore. Rhonda is truly an expert, and I am so grateful for all of the work we've done over the years that in part has included optimizing my LinkedIn profile. So if you're a coach, an entrepreneur, and you're looking for some guidance on how to just show up a little more authentically and genuinely on LinkedIn, make sure to check out Rhonda's Posting for Profit Masterclass. You will not be disappointed. I'll see you on LinkedIn.
So what's interesting about that was when John started to get appointments, and he's a career coach, so there's a lot of people going through transition, and they don't know what's next. And he is another one of those people that wanted to keep his calendar full, because if you're a coach, if you're coaching, you can't be marketing. It's very hard to do all of that yourself. This system allows you to do it. And because John experienced so much success, he invited me, he filled a room and invited me to share what I'm sharing with you today. So there's a ripple effect to getting these positive testimonials. And again, there's nothing, John did that right on Zoom. It was just right from his heart. I didn't tell him what to say. He called me and told me the kind of result he was getting. And I said my favorite 4 words: "Hey, John, I need your help. I really want to get this class out to more people." This course came as a result of me working one-on-one with my high-end clients. And they were getting such amazing results that I decided it really wasn't fair to not share it with everybody else, and not have to pay those very high ticket items. So that's how this course came to be developed. And one of the things that I learned, and really I am full candor, I'm the woman that doesn't cook. I have a sign that says the kitchen came with the house. I'm not really good at systems, but here's the thing: 94% of failure is a result of the system, not the people. And when I figured out the system, I figured it out, and I figured it out of necessity. I really had to figure it out because I had to go make money. There was no way that I was going to be a supermarket greeter. I created the system, and this is the system. And so it's not you. If you follow the system, even me, okay, and I said, really, I'm not a cook, okay, at all. Thank God my husband. But if you give me a recipe, I can follow it, and you won't die of food poisoning. In fact, you might say it's pretty good. This system is the same. You can follow it. Unlike our friend Don over there, who's helping me, he's actually a chef, a professional chef by trade. So that's a whole other challenge.
Because of using Rhonda, I landed my largest corporate conference with 1,200 people right here in Newport Beach. So I'm very, very grateful for what she's done for me and my business.
Again, you know what? I have hundreds of these. But the point is, I want you to know that you can have hundreds of these and put them on your LinkedIn profile, because if you use this system of posting, liking, sharing, you don't even have to post. You know what? If you're not interested in being an influencer, but you just want the appointments, you can share and comment and like, and it'll still work. You can put as much or as little into it. And you always want to be getting those testimonials when people tell you that this works. It's so cool. So what's the secret sauce? It's interacting with other people's posts. And I'm going to tell you in a few minutes about how we can go a little deeper, but it's really about interacting, clicking the like button, making a thoughtful comment, sharing it. That's how you get relationships with the influencers. It's not hard. And you have to be genuine. If you have to be real, because it's really about relatability. So I remember I said, if you stay, you get a free gift. And this is it. You can take a picture of this. This is where you can go. It's a great little ebook called 52 Ways to Leverage LinkedIn. And you can actually go to this particular site and you can go get your gift. It'll show up in your mailbox right away. And you know what? I really believe that what I've done here is I've given you so many gifts in terms of how to do this. It isn't fluff. But with your permission, I would love to just share with you the reason I do. This is my family. There's my husband, Day. That was just a couple months ago. There's my daughter, Vanessa, at a wedding. There's my daughter, Stephanie, and there I am. And you know what? This system how I retired my husband. He was a very big corporate executive in the envelope industry, and literally is living the life of we live the life of our dreams, and it's all because of this. It's it's not about the money anymore. Money is not the concern. It's really fun. It's actually fun. Dawn, is this fun?
Well, yeah, it's fun.
It is, isn't it? It's just super fun. If it isn't fun, you don't want to do it. So,
That's right.
with your permission, I would love to share with you because I know that you've learned a lot. But many people, and like I said, I've been doing this for a while, want to go a little bit deeper. So I've put together a masterclass, a 3-week masterclass, which you can do with me, get me live. I don't know how long I'm going to keep doing it live, but I'm going to show you how you can do it. So here it is. It's called Posting for Profit. It's a masterclass. And it's recorded. So it's held live. Okay. They're always on Tuesdays at 1 p.m. That's how I've been doing it since December. They're recorded. So here's the really good news. You only retain about 5% of what you learn anyway. So you'll get me live. You get you get your questions answered live, but it's in a portal that you own for life. Now you can't share it. If you share it, I'll know. It's like you wouldn't steal. You own this, and you'll have access to it for life. So let me tell you when it's going to happen and what you're going to get. So it's 3 weeks. They're live. I record it on Zoom. You get the recordings within 48 hours. Okay. This class, by the way, is going to, every single person has said, I'm not charging enough. I finally am going to listen. For the first 10 people that decide you're going to sign up, you're going to get a profile audit. What's that? 30 minutes with me, one-on-one, where we go through your profile and you get to ask me questions, and I'll give you suggestions on how you can change it and position yourself as the only logical. And I do charge $197 for that. Then I'm going to teach you how to read a profile. Most people have no idea how to read a LinkedIn profile. Once you get the appointment, guess what? You need to know how to read that profile. And you need to know how to read a profile to get the appointment. So I teach you that. I give you the hashtags. Here's the really cool part. Most people say, well, whose stuff should I share? I don't know whose stuff to share. I actually give you the list and then some, because in the course, I even give you some of my secret courses. Okay, I give you everything. I pull back the curtain. I give you the messaging templates because a lot of times you don't know what to say. So whether you're going to do that with audio, with video, and I'll show you how to use your phone or your laptop to send the video messages. And almost every single part of that is free. You don't need to get the paid version of LinkedIn if you embrace this. You can let go of that $59 or that $99 a month. You get a professional audio endorsement with Bob Chesney, who's one of my partners. And what that means is he'll interview one of your clients and then turn that interview into a video, and your client never has to be on camera, and he'll do that for you. It's part of it. He charges $197. You get that for free. It's one of the gifts. Here's one of the coolest things ever. You get to learn how to use polls. If you don't know what a poll is on LinkedIn, it's kind of like you walked up to the ATM machine, put your card in, and you walked away without your 20 bucks all day long. Polls are amazing. You have to know how to do them correctly, and you have to know how to tag people, and I show you all of that. So that's a $297 course in and of itself. Then I give you all my resources, everything that you need successful, what I use, all the tools, everything, all in the membership. You also get to be part of my private Facebook group. Here's the thing. A lot of people are saying, well, I don't have anybody to bounce this off of. I want to, whose posts I can share to network with. So I created this Facebook group. It's only for people that have gone through this course or are my clients. And they have all opted in because they want to be part of the Sure Method community. And like I said, it's a fun place to be. Then I teach you what to say on your Zoom call. It's so cool. We actually role play. I show you how to get the yes. And finally, I show you how to spy on your competitors using the incognito mode. And then I give you a bonus of accessing Zoom with the paid version, which normally you would pay probably somewhere between 80 bucks a month for $12.99. And that as well. That was a mouthful, right? I feel like the commercial. And there's more. No, seriously. So there is more. There is more. How many of you, I'm just curious, how many of you think this is kind of cool, the way that I'm doing it? A little different. You can see me, you see the slides, right? Isn't this kind of fun? It actually seems like I'm in a professional studio, right? I'm doing what I normally do, but Don actually helped me. So he's putting on a 2-day workshop, and one of the bonuses is you get to go to it. And this workshop is probably, I don't know, Don, what is it? Like $9.97? I don't know. It's crazy. Can't believe you're giving it away.
Oh, and this is a workshop I haven't done before. See, this is actually having you build 3 scenes. And you know, the point of here, and a lot of you are here and you're watching, and your cameras are off, and that's fine to observe. But really, the engagement, when you're willing to step out, when you're willing to be front and center and put your message out there and get out of your own way, that's when things take off. And you know, this is Rhonda. I have other coaches that host meetings and co-hosts. I wanted to do this one, and not because you've made my LinkedIn profile incredible, but really because of what you give. You said this would be an hour. We're at 4 minutes left to the hour, and you've done an incredible amount of giving. So I do want to, if you're willing, I'd like to have you go to your website. Go to that link that I put in the chat.
Okay, let me do that.
Where they're going to go.
Sure.
If they'd like to take their LinkedIn to this level. And as someone who invested for your do it for you, I've invested in your high level, and it's amazing. But I'll tell you, there's more here than I think even you and I did. And this is an incredible offer.
So
and
the website,
if you go to that link, postingforprofitmasterclass.com/now, this is where it takes you, right?
Yep, this is exactly where it takes you. And then for the first 10 people that sign up, you actually get your profile on it. But here's the best part. If you're one of the first 7, you will actually get $100 off if you put in the little coupon code. So you see where it says click here, click on the coupon code, and you type in the word NOW, N-O-W, okay? Guess what happens? It drops to $4.97 with all the bonuses. So if you're one of the first 7 people, that's what you get, $4.97. So it's pretty straightforward, and everything that you get is on this page, Posting for Profit. So I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint for a second. I do that. PowerPoint. There we go. Look at that. How cool is that? So there it is. And I'll go to the next slide so you can see it. Okay. So there it is. Masterclass, $5.97. That's how much, that's the normal cost. But for 7 people to register, use the code NOW in the coupon code. Then it drops down for $100. Okay. And for a lot of people, I've heard, you know, sometimes it doesn't work, or there's a challenge. You can use Zelle, you can use Venmo. I have no problem. It says it's already $4.97. That's kind of strange. Okay, well then my loss, your gain. If it already says $4.97, then my web guy is probably going to get less tips, but that's okay. You win if that's what it says. It's kind of like when you go to the store. I have a black belt in shopping. I go and whatever the price is, right? So you win. If it says $4.97, then I guess that's the deal. If you're having challenges, use Venmo, right? The link was for April. The link is actually, the dates are in June. So I will make sure that that's fixed. If I go back to the site, I will. I want you to take a picture of this so you can see it. These are all the gifts, you know, and there's just more and more and more. But let me go back for a second to the website, because I think that's actually important. I want you to, okay, back. How do I do this, John? Zoom with website?
All you gotta do is hit the web button.
Hit the website button. There we go. Oop, the stream. I go the wrong place.
You hit the welcome button. That's okay.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
There you go. All done.
All right. So when I do postingforprofitmasterclass.com, here are the dates: June 7th, June 14th, and June 21st. If you can't make those dates, no worries. It's recorded. Okay. It's recorded. I'm going to actually stop the share, and I'm going to look at all you guys, and I'm going to answer your questions. And here's the deal. I'll hang out for another 10 or 15 minutes to answer some of the questions in the chat. But, you know, just it's postingforprofitmasterclass.com. These are the actual dates, and that is the actual cost. So let me go back. This is so much fun because I'm just actually learning this. There we are. Now I get to see you guys. This is so cool. So if you want to turn on your cameras, raise your hand and ask questions, or do you want to tell me what's in the chat, Don? We can do it any way you want.
Yeah, but I'll go through a few of them with you, and the main one, and this has been rephrased a couple different times. How long does it take to build a following to see these results? So how long until they start getting those kind of reactions on posts like you do?
So I will tell you that it's probably somewhere between 30 and 45 days if you're doing it consistently 3 to 5 times a week. Okay. Somebody said not enough time to get camera to take the gift link. Don, could you put the gift link in there? It's just posting4profitmasterclass.com/gift. That would be
Yep, I'll
great.
put that in.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Okay. Other questions? Yeah, it doesn't take that long. Doesn't take that long. Other questions, Don?
I just put that link back in there. One of the other questions was talking about audience size. So, and you answered a little bit already, but what is your network size have to do with your conversions on some of these appointments you're able to set?
You know, LinkedIn says you're an all-star if you have 500 connections. Really more about the quantity than the quality than the quantity. You don't have to have that many people. You really just need quality people that you want to be connecting with. I have clients that really don't have large networks, but they're getting huge results. So you want to make sure that the reason that you're doing this is to make those connections. And using this process, you can actually connect with people. You'll be able to grow your connection. Simply, and that's what I teach in the class too. In the master class, you can actually connect with those people that you're not connected to by virtue of the post. Okay. I'd love to know what some of your takeaways are. If you want to just unmute or raise your hand and jump in, I would love to know what your takeaways are from the class and questions if you want to ask them live. Yeah, Joe, why don't you unmute?
What I liked, which is kind of a confirmation, is the whole idea of resharing information that attracts you and reaches your authentic self that you hope will be relatable to others. And I think that, you know, the great thing about that is that when you speak to people and they're like, oh, you've got to post every day and you've got to originate all this content, it makes me just want to crawl under a rock. But the idea of spreading other people's words and personalizing it in some way is terrific.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, you know, it's true. What I really wanted to do is make this easy. And the truth is, it is easy. If you're not looking to be an influencer, you're just looking to fill your calendar with the right people, this system works. It's actually never failed for anybody this implemented. It's amazing. Other questions, takeaways? I'd love to know. And again, Don, we can put it's right there, posting4profitmasterclass.com. And if it already says $497, well, you guys lucked out because it doesn't.
And that wasn't me with the $497. I didn't do the $497.
No, I know. That's really kind of weird. I don't know what happened.
But hey, Rhonda, I got a question for you though, and you know, I'm a Facebook guy primarily.
Yep.
Right. And you have a Facebook group.
I do.
So tell us what the benefit and maybe the differences are where people who are spending money on Facebook ads versus what I heard today, you're generating organically. You haven't talked about ads here.
No, I don't spend 10 cents on ads. In fact, I will tell you, using LinkedIn, this very workshop that you're in, I actually had 100 people show up when I did this myself using LinkedIn. So it's pretty cool. I mean, this works for anything. It's very, very cool. I use a Facebook group because the truth is I forget what the percentage is, but there's a very, very, very high percentage. About 90% of the people that are on LinkedIn are on Facebook. So people are comfortable in Facebook groups. And it's just a very good way to interact versus, you know, the LinkedIn groups, which also are amazing. And I talk about that in the masterclass. But you know what? I want to just keep it simple. And Facebook just keeps it simple. It really does. So, other questions, takeaways, you can unmute or raise your hand. A little bit 5 minutes over, but I'm happy to answer the question. Doug, you have a question? Yeah, go for it.
Just a takeaway. I just
Sure.
appreciated the seminar this morning for me, and the few easy things that I can do to start making a difference in my business. So thank you.
You're welcome. Absolutely. Yeah, and I will tell you that just jumping on a call with me for 30 minutes one-on-one will give you everything that, you need to be able to upgrade your profile. You can do it yourself, you can hire it out, I do it, but the reality is that upgrading your profile will make all the difference. So, any last minute questions, thoughts? Yeah, what is it, Camber?
Amber. Yes. When or do you feel like posting too much? Like what do you feel like would be too much posting versus maybe one a day, a couple times a week?
I will post my own original material once a day, and then typically what I do is I share somebody else's, and I might share a couple times a day. It doesn't matter. If it's really good stuff, I'll share a couple times a day, just because I know that the feedback is that my, followers like it. They actually really like it. And so my whole mission is to just bring people, motivation and inspiration. It's really all about that. The sales always follow. This is not about spraying and praying. This is about creating relationships. We're just doing it online now instead of doing it in person because of the pandemic. You know, you have the ability using LinkedIn, which is, I think there's 800 million people on it now. You have the ability to create relationships all over the world. What you don't want to do is spray and pray. People are so tired of these bots and people that just keep selling to them. But what if you had a 30-minute conversation, learned about somebody else, and you shared resources? At the end of it, there's a very good chance they're going to say, "Hey, I'd like to know how I can work with you." And that's how you get to the second appointment. Not to sell them, it's to get to know them. So, really, really important.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, I think if we don't have anything else in the chat, I'm going to close it out. Again, I would love to have you in the next masterclass. We have a lot of fun. We create community, and if you're looking to get off the revenue roller coaster, honestly, and you want to have your calendar filled, then that's a place you want to be. If that's not what you want, then you don't want to be in that class, because this is one of those classes that isn't shelf help where you watch it and then you put it on the side. This is actually one of those classes that works, and you actually get me live. So I practice what I preach. I don't just teach this, I do it every single day. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here today. I look forward to having you in the course. And I'll leave you with my favorite expression. If you're not LinkedIn, left out. Thank you all so much for coming. Hey, Don, can you hear me? Yeah, but I don't know why it's not on speak. Yeah, I can hear. You know what the weirdest thing is?